getting ready to travel again. How many places have you traveled to? Anyway, leaving Phoenix. I've stayed with these girls in Phoenix for a while. One of them went up to Albuquerque, moved up to Albuquerque. So I decided to go to Albuquerque, New Mexico. I was only there for a couple of weeks or so. I don't know why I hitchhiked up to Albuquerque and I was there. And I don't really remember a lot about Albuquerque. I remember just staying with this girl for like a week or two. And then I decided to get out of there and start hitchhiking again. Borrowed $10 from her that she never got back. And I went out hitchhiking up to wherever I went. I met these guys hitchhiking. I met this guy and his girlfriend hitchhiking. And they were going to Spokane, Washington. So I said, maybe I'll meet you up there. I don't know. They got a ride. I don't know how this happened. But anyway, what happened was I eventually ended up in Spokane, Washington. Spokane, Washington. I've never been to Washington State before, but here I am all of a sudden hitchhiking up to Spokane, Washington, and I met and staying with this guy and his girlfriend in their house in Spokane. And that was a party. That's what we were doing. We were getting high all the time. He'd just gotten out of jail a few months ago, so we were kind of convicts hanging out together. And, I'm still on parole and everything. So there we are up in Spokane, taking drugs, getting high. Party, party, party. That's all I did in those days. Get high, robbing people, ripping people off, Anyway, this is what we did. Anyway, this is what happened now. This is where my life is really going to take a drastic turn. Went to this club in Idaho. We're in Idaho, and I was high on Reds or Second Alls or barbiturates or something. And like on the way back from Idaho, going back to Spokane, his girlfriend cut her foot on some glass. Her foot got all shaved up and cut up on glass, and she had to go to the emergency room. They didn't want me to go to the emergency room because I was too fucked up. I was too high. So I decided to take off on my own and hitchhike. But it was late at night and I couldn't hitchhike back to Spokane, but I knew how to get there if I was on the freeway. I knew what freeway exit I had to take. How I knew this, I did not know. But I'm walking down the street and there was this Volkswagen in somebody's parking in somebody's driveway. So I got in the Volkswagen like I do, and I jiggled the ignition, and I started up and I started driving it away. And as I was driving away, the man who owned the Volkswagen comes running out of the house in his underwear. It was early in the morning. Comes running out of the house, and I speed away and get on the freeway, and I'm driving away. Ha ha ha! I got away. I'm driving down the freeway. I knew if I found the right freeway exit, I would be able to get to these guys' house in Spokane. And as I'm driving away, I look in the rearview mirror, and there's the police. They're pulling me over. They pull me over, and they get me out of the car, and they handcuff me. And the guy who I stole the car from, he comes up in another police car and says, "That's the guy." And on my way to King County Jail in Washington, in Spokane, I think it was Spokane County Jail. That's where I went. I went to Spokane County Jail. And the rest went to court, got convicted for car theft, and the next part of the story comes now, because I was sentenced to Washington State Prison. I will tell you about the next story. Anyway, listen, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, do all that stuff, and I will be with you in the next story. And I want to thank each and every one of you for watching and staying with me on this. It's going to get exciting from here on out. Things are going to get different. I have a whole new life is coming ahead of me. So please, once again, do not forget to subscribe. That's it. Just subscribe. You don't have to, if you want to watch everything, please watch everything. But just subscribe. It helps the channel. And I will talk to you very, very soon. See you later. Have a wonderful, wonderful life.